Someone called me a champion for the underserved, and that is something I hope to live up to. My name is Cynthia Orofo, and this is my experience powered by Northeastern. My relationship with community health workers is what made me become a better nurse. I can keep going, and I have to keep going because I know that I'm not just serving in a role for a job. I'm like serving people to better their life. I'm serving people at their most vulnerable state. It's something that you really you have to envision the bigger picture, and that's why I really wanted to get into research to really understand, what are the ins and outs of how people behave, how these systems can help people, what are the gaps in the system that I can fill. The greatest community health worker that I've learned from is, we call him Uncle Leroy, because he drives the van, he helps us with outreach, and he really embodies the mission of the van, because he knows if people that we're serving go into the hospital, they may not receive that same amount of care unless he's like literally facilitating that move and helping them and accompanying them on that appointment and advocating for them.
I like doing it because it helps a lot of people, and just to know that I helped somebody is a fun thing, even if they say no for the first time, the second time I do it. So it's fun. That's all I can say.
Cynthia is just a great example of someone who was passionate, who saw the need for change, who saw the opportunity and took it to the next degree. And with Northeastern as her accelerator, she had the opportunity to realize this dream.
And what would you describe your housing status? Like, you have a place to live, place you call home?
Yeah, I have.
So in my quantitative course, Dr. Ye, she mentioned she was like design and intervention, and this was something that I was like, okay, I love like the creativity and innovation to create something new. So I designed Culture Care Collective without knowing that it was. I mapped out the blueprint for that. So Culture Care Collective is a hybrid health support program that leverages community health workers and supportive technology into clinical-based care teams to provide socially supportive care to marginalized groups at low cost. I think I got a 98 on it. So I was like, okay, I gotta do this now. So that inspired me to go to Julie Norton in Bouvet, who's a senior development officer. So being able to, connect to my mentors over there and just kind of be thrown into it, like, okay, what's the name of it? Just shouted out the name to them, and they're like, all right, let's start building. And then doing a whole bunch of research, design ethnographies, literature reviews, and seeing what's out there, like market research to get a sense of it. Having no business background at all, I was like, okay, this is a huge learning curve, but really being supported by the mentors here, it's grown so far to not just being a project or not just being a school assignment for a class. It was like, okay, we can actually build this into a company.
I'm so proud of Cynthia and hearing her story about how maybe I was an accelerator along the way. But for me, it was just in my role then as development officer, how are we going to help Cynthia realize her dream? That is what Northeastern's all about, right?
Like, either just recently moved to a different place, moved to the city for the first time, so I'm trying to ask like Medicare. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't talk about Cynthia. I'm going to cry talking about Cynthia. I see that Cynthia is absolutely going to impact health policy. She's been an inspirational role model to students here, not only as someone who has continued her education, but as a fierce advocate for underserved populations.
As a Northeastern student, you really don't know where things are going to take you, but with the experiential learning, with the co-ops, with just talking to some of your mentors, you can start something so huge and so big and just grow it from there, and then help other students along the way. So it really is genuinely the most Northeastern story.